Foreigners voting in our election? Yep. Fraudulent voter registrations? Yep. Suit filed to stop a petition drive to support the Constitution? Yeah. Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Henry, and this is Conservative Commentary. A Chinese national voted in Michigan. That's right. This person is a student at the University of Michigan and apparently registered to vote using his student ID. Now, the kicker in all of this is, despite the illegality of this person's vote and the criminal charges he will face, his vote will count.
Well, this appears to be a situation where this individual allegedly used the U of M student ID to register to vote, and what happened next has the whole country talking right now. The University of Michigan and Greater Ann Arbor rocked by criminal charges filed against a non-U.S. citizen who cast a ballot during early voting last weekend, according to state election officials. Sources identifying the suspect as a U of M student from China authorized to study in the United States but not to vote here because he is not a citizen. When you first heard about this, what was your first thought?
It's weird. But people do weird stuff all the time.
Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson and Washtenaw County Prosecutor Ellie Savitt confirming the non-citizen voter whose name has not been released was charged with unauthorized elector attempting to vote and perjury, making a false affidavit for purpose of securing voter registration. This after officials say he voted at an Ann Arbor early voting site this past Sunday. Sources say the student used his university ID among other documents to register to vote and identified himself as a U.S. citizen by signing a document. The ballot was entered into the machine for tabulation.
The way they process the ballots after they're dropped for early voting, I have confidence that they would be able to filter that out.
We're told the student reached out to the clerk's office to get the ballot back, possibly alerting election workers in the process. What's more, officials say that ballot will most likely count because ballots cannot be taken back once processed in the tabulator.
Voter fraud has also raised its ugly head in Pennsylvania. Election officials in Lancaster and York counties have identified 2,500 voter registration applications they believe are fraudulent. It appears these registrations were dropped on the same day by an organization that harvested them. Election officials said that the handwriting on many of the registration forms appeared to be the same.
We're 8 days from Election Day, and election security top of mind for voters, especially here in Pennsylvania. County is on high alert after Lancaster County reported potential voter registration fraud. Fox 43's Alyssa Kratz joining us now with more on that. Alyssa.
Evan, that's right. Of course, we heard from the Lancaster County Board of Elections and District Attorney on Friday. They've launched a criminal investigation there. Now, York County not going quite that far yet, but officials say they may be dealing with a similar situation. York County's Office of Elections recently received a large delivery containing thousands of voter registration forms and mail-in ballot applications from a third-party group.
It's not unusual to get large stacks of voter registrations or large stacks of requests for mail-in ballots. It's just this was an overabundance of registrations from one particular organization.
The county is now taking a closer look at those forms and applications.
We're in a phase now we need to do our homework before we go and make accusations when we don't have the data to back it up.
This comes after Lancaster County officials announced they are investigating approximately 2,500 voter registration forms for potential fraud. The batch of applications, which had false names, incorrect addresses, and other discrepancies, is being traced back to a large-scale canvassing operation.
It appears to be an organized effort at this point, but of course it's an ongoing investigation, and we'll be looking into who exactly participated in it and how far up it goes.
The Department of State released a statement regarding the issues in Lancaster County, saying in part, the department applauds the efforts of the election staff for their diligent work in spotting this potential fraud and bringing it to the attention of law enforcement. The department guidance in cases like this is for counties to immediately contact law enforcement, which is exactly what Lancaster County officials did. As their officials noted, grassroots efforts to register voters across the Commonwealth are important and legitimate, and the safeguards in the system allowed them to identify and isolate these suspicious applications.
I'm sure you've heard about Elon Musk's $1 million per day sweepstakes for registered voters who sign a petition supporting the First and Second Amendments. Well, now the Pennsylvania Democrat Attorney General has filed suit to stop the sweepstakes. This clearly partisan ploy is quite unbelievable given that the purpose of the sweepstakes is to generate support for the Constitution.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. I'm Stephanie Quinu. We do have some breaking news. As we've just learned, the Philadelphia District Attorney is suing Elon Musk's super PAC, just issuing this statement moments ago. This is from the Philadelphia District Attorney's office's website. Quote, the Philadelphia District Attorney is charged with protecting the public from public nuisances and unfair trade practices, including illegal lotteries. The DA is also charged with protecting the public from interference with the integrity of elections. Today, the Philadelphia DA filed a civil legal action under Pennsylvania law. This civil action neither precludes nor requires potential future action under Pennsylvania criminal law. The Philadelphia DA will litigate the factual allegations and legal arguments that underlie today's filing on the record and in the court. They titled this statement, DA Krasner Statement Regarding Civil Action to Enjoin Lottery by America PAC. America PAC is Elon Musk's super PAC. And
it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many other non-citizens have voted? How many other fraudulent voter registration forms have gotten past election officials? Why would an elected attorney general try to stop someone from promoting support for the Constitution? I think you know the answer. That's why it's so important for you to vote and do everything you can to make President Trump's margin of victory too big to rig.